Hey everyone, welcome back. Glad you're here with me tonight. We're gonna chill, build up some Minecraft world a little bit, and read some stories that are, well, equal parts ridiculous and fascinating. So if you're winding down for the night, just sit back, relax, and let me walk you through some drama that's definitely not your own. Here's what we've got lined up first. A wife who feels like her husband has turned into a robot. No smiles, no laughs, just chores and sleep. Then we've got a guy ready to propose who catches his girlfriend lying about something that makes zero sense. And finally, we end with a true masterpiece of Reddit chaos, the mystery of the Poo Socks. Yeah, you heard me right. So let's relax, laugh a little, and dig into these stories together. My 36-year-old husband became a robot, and I don't know how to help him. The title sounds insane, but here I go. You know what's scary in a relationship? It's not the arguments, it's not even the distance. It's when the person you love is standing right in front of you, but it feels like they're already gone. That's exactly what this wife is dealing with. She's been married for 6 years, they've got 2 kids, and she's pregnant with their third. On the outside, her husband looks like he's doing everything right. He works a 9-to-5 job, comes home, does his chores, plays with the kids, spends some time with her, but then goes to bed. Sounds like a good man, right? But here's the problem. He doesn't seem to enjoy any of it. She says it feels like the whole thing is just one long checklist for him. And this is what hurts the most. He used to be fun, goofy. He'd smile, he'd joke around. Now, she hasn't seen him smile in months. It's not that he's neglecting them. He's still showing up, still doing the work, still making life easier for everyone. But to her, it feels like he's just clocking in. Like being with his kids, being with her is another shift he has to get through. She asked him straight up if he's okay, and his response was always the same. I'm fantastic. But she knows that that's not the truth. That's the polite, automatic line you give to a stranger when you don't want them to dig deeper. And the thing is, he doesn't do anything for himself anymore. No hobbies, no games, no shows, nothing that's just his. He just keeps grinding away day after day like he's on autopilot. Even their intimacy feels different. She says they still sleep together often, but only because she starts it. And even if he's not in the mood, he goes along with it, like it's his responsibility. Like it's another job he has to do. And she says it feels like he's not even really there in the moment. Like his body is there, but his mind is somewhere else. And that to her feels even worse than rejection. She says she misses her husband, not the version she's living with now, the man who just goes through the motions. She misses the guy who used to laugh, who used to complain about little things, who used to feel alive. And in her edit, she says she read through people's advice and realized what's really happening. Her husband is completely burned out. So she's planning to sit down after work, tell him exactly how she feels, and try to figure out a way to bring him back to himself. You can tell she really loves him. And honestly, I hope that talk helps, because nobody wants to live with someone who feels like a ghost of who they used to be. My girlfriend told me she was with a friend, but that friend was with me picking out an engagement ring. How do I confront my girlfriend about her lie? Alright, listen to this, because it honestly plays out like a scene in a drama film. So this guy's 28, been dating his girlfriend for 3 years, ready to propose. He's got everything lined up. Except he admits he's terrible with jewelry. Like this man thinks heart-shaped necklaces are a safe bet. So to avoid a disaster, he does the smart thing. He asks her best friend, Justine, for help. And Justine, she knows his girlfriend better than anyone. Perfect choice, right? While his girlfriend's away visiting her sister, he invites Justine over to check out rings. They're flipping through catalogs, not finding much, and decide a jewelry store would be better. But here's the thing. He doesn't know when his girlfriend's coming home. So he shoots her a quick text, casual, nothing suspicious. Hey, when will you be back? I'm ordering takeout. Want to time it right. Her reply, she says she'll be out for a few hours because she's shopping with Justine. Yeah, with Justine, the same Justine who's literally sitting on his couch at the exact moment. And man, that's kind of a lie that makes your stomach drop. It wasn't vague, it wasn't a harmless half-truth. She gave him a detailed story that just wasn't real. She comes home later acting completely normal, smiling, cuddling, eating dinner like nothing happened. Meanwhile, he's sitting there trying to keep his face straight, but inside, he's spinning. And now here's the real problem. They've never had trust issues. They tell each other everything. So this one lie, it feels huge. He wants to call her out, but how can he? He'd have to admit he knows because Justine was there. And boom, proposal surprise, ruined. So now he's stuck. He knows she lied. He doesn't know why. And he has no idea how to ask without blowing his whole plan. What would you guys do? Here's the thing, man. People don't just accidentally make up a whole alibi with someone who isn't even there. That's not a slip. That's intentional. Now maybe it's innocent. Maybe she was covering up a surprise for him. Or maybe it's not so innocent. Either way, silence is gonna eat this guy alive. If it were me, I'd bring it up. Not in an angry gotcha kind of a way, but calm. Let her explain. Because if she's hiding something harmless, she'll come clean. And if she's not, better to find out now than after dropping thousands on a ring. At the end of the day, trust is everything. Without it, you're not building a marriage, you're building a house on sand, and sooner or later it's gonna sink. What would you guys do? I think my girlfriend has been using my gym socks to wipe after going to the bathroom. What? Okay, you guys, this might be one of the strangest relationship stories I've ever read. I honestly had to sit back after the first few lines because it just gets weirder and weirder. So OP writes that he found his gym socks in the garbage covered in poop. Yeah, that's how it starts. He asks his girlfriend about it, and she just completely melts down, starts yelling, crying, and storms out of the house. At first, he's trying to be rational. They've been living together for a few months. She insists on doing the laundry, and he always thought that was sweet. He didn't think much of it, but then he notices all his gym socks are gone. Not in the drawer, not in the laundry, not in the washer or dryer, just gone. So he asks her, and she gets flustered, tells him she'll buy him new ones. He even tries to joke about it, saying maybe she ruined them in the wash. But that just makes her break down crying, full on sobbing. At this point, he doesn't even care about the socks anymore. He just wants to know why his girlfriend is so upset. But then, here's the moment. On his way out to work, he takes the trash and notices a little plastic bag on top. He just opens it, and there they are, several pairs of his gym socks, smeared with poop. And the smell confirms it wasn't just a stain. And remember, no pets, no kids, so whose shit is this? He brings the bag back inside, and she completely flips, yelling at him for digging through the trash, saying he's disgusting for bringing it inside. He calmly asks, just wanting an explanation, and finally blurts out, "Is this your poop?" She starts sobbing again and runs out of the house. Now he's sitting there staring at a bag of poopy socks and wondering what the hell just happened. Later, she texts him and admits it. Turns out it's not a fetish, it's about control and fear. She's a germaphobe and terrified toilet paper will rip and get her hands dirty. So instead, she's been using socks to wipe, usually her own, but when she ran out, she used his. Then she'd throw them away and cover her tracks by insisting on doing all the laundry. That's the whole truth. She wipes with socks, has for a long time, and he just happened to stumble onto her secret. Man, I don't even know what to say. Imagine thinking your biggest relationship problem is what's for dinner, and then boom, Shitty socks. Like, this is one of those secrets you expect to find in a Reddit post, not your own trash can. And listen, I get being a germaphobe, I get wanting to keep your hands clean, but socks? My guy, they're gloves. There are wet wipes. There are literally like 100 of better options than raiding your boyfriend's Nike drawer. So I gotta ask, if you were in this guy's shoes, would you laugh it off and move on? Or would you never look at a sock the same again? Let me know in the comments, because I'm not sure if this is hilarious or horrifying. And that's where we're gonna wrap it up for tonight. We went through a husband running on autopilot, a proposal almost ruined by a random lie, and of course, the unforgettable shitty sock mystery. Honestly, Reddit never disappoints. On the Minecraft side of things, I laid down the foundations for my base, farmed up some wood, and got things started. Next time, we'll switch it up and head down into the caves to do some exploring. Should be fun. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. Hope you got a laugh, maybe a little comfort, and hopefully you're feeling more relaxed. I'll catch you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe. It's your boy, Tommy.